Hi everyone, I'm Pamela. Welcome once again to our Worship Wednesday, our Songs of Ascent. Psalm 23, which we are all familiar with, written by King David 3,000 years ago. It is a beautiful psalm that describes the Lord as our loving good shepherd and we as his sheep. As we place our lives in the hands of the ruler of this universe, there will be nothing that we will lack. He will provide rest and nourishment to our body, mind, and soul. He offers us forgiveness and restoration and leads us in paths of holiness, not because of who we are or what we have done, but who He is. He is our good shepherd. Therefore, no matter what sadness, pain, trials, or difficulties we may face in life, we will never walk alone. For He is always there to comfort and protect us. In His mercy, He will pour out abundantly His blessings upon every day of our lives. So this hymn, written by Sir Henry Williams Baker, an English musician in 1868, not only paraphrases Psalm 23, but also skillfully relates it to the New Testament. For example, in stanza 2, where streams of living water flows, my ransomed soul He leadeth, and where the verdant pastures grow, with food celestial feedeth. In this stanza, Christians will recognize Psalm 23, verse 2. He makes me lie down in green pastures, He leads me beside still waters, yet at the same time we are also directed to living water. A reference to Revelation 22 verse 1, which describes a vision of heaven with living water flowing from the throne of God. Similarly, in stanza 3, Baker describes himself, perverse and foolish, oft I stray, bringing to mind Jesus' parable of the lost sheep. He goes on to describe how our shepherd, in love, gently rejoicing, sought him and brought him home on the Lord's shoulder. Baker continues in stanza 4 to paraphrase Psalm 23 verse 4. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. However, he ends the stanza with, Thy cross before to guide me. He beautifully relates the rod and staff, which King David found comforting, to the cross of Christ, which all Christians will immediately also recognize as the symbol of God's love, mercy, grace, forgiveness, and redemption, giving us comfort. From the cross mentioned in stanza 4, Baker leads us to the table of Psalm 23 verse 5, which he transformed to the communion table, which offers grace and pure chalice, overflowing, bringing to mind the picture of Christ's body and blood, held out in grace for healing and forgiveness of sins. This hymn and its words touched and brought me great comfort. When my grandma passed away 3 years ago, I was on a 4-hour flight to Taiwan to bid my farewell. While on that flight, feeling sad, lost, and missing her, this hymn reminded me that I was not going through the pain or lost alone. Jesus was and is with me. He has come to comfort, redeem, and one day He will restore and bring us into His glory. The words offer much comfort and encouragement to many Christians through the years, and it still does today. Let's take time to reflect and meditate again on the 23rd Psalm with this hymn. Let the words comfort and strengthen us, because they remind us that we serve a God who loves us, who cares about our welfare, who provides for our needs. God is still at work in our lives. He is with us every step of our way. We are never left alone or wanting that we have nothing to fear. So please join me as we sing the hymn together, "The King of Love, my Shepherd is." Thank you for sharing this time with me. I'll see you next week.